Hello everyone, after the KLEVV BOLT XR, it's time to check out the KLEVV CRAS XR RGB, ESSENCORE's more premium RAM featuring RGB lighting and also higher clocks. Our kit here sports an XMP profile of 4000 MHz CL19, so I think we'll be having quite a bit more fun with this kit of RAM here. Let's go! We have already done an unboxing for the KLEVV CRAS XR RGB, so you can check it out via the link in the description below. The packaging is pretty premium this time around with a nice plastic protective tray inside the colourful outer hard paper sleeve. Specifications wise, the KLEVV CRAS XR is based on the same Hynix DJR memory ICs as the KLEVV BOLT XR, although these here are presumably better built to deliver the highest speeds they are rated for reliably. The XMP profile sets them at 4000 MHz CL19 25-25-45 at 1.45 volts. Overall, these are pretty standard numbers, but we will definitely be tightening them as we go along. To keep things cool, the KLEVV CRAS XR RGB comes with an aluminium heat spreader which is finished in a nice gunmetal bronze colour, similar to the KLEVV BOLT XR. Here you get dimples instead of raised knobs on the BOLT XR, although both should similarly serve to increase the overall surface area to better dissipate whatever little heat the memory puts out. Over on the top, we get a black plastic portion which is further topped off by this translucent RGB light bar. As a whole, the KLEVV CRAS XR RGB looks pretty exquisite even before the lights are on. Speaking of which, the KLEVV CRAS XR RGB supports virtually every major motherboard vendor's RGB software, so you have Aura Sync, RGB Fusion, Mystic Light and Polychrome all ready to work with the KLEVV CRAS XR RGB for nice synchronized lighting with the rest of your system. From our experience with the Hynix DJI memory ICs, we see a similar trend here as well. The KLEVV CRAS XR RGB prefers to clock higher than to have its timings tightened. But before we get ahead of ourselves, here are the results we obtained with the default 4000 MHz XMP. 54GB per second read, 56GB per second write, 47GB per second copy and a latency of 48.8 nanoseconds. Not too shabby. Simply by setting the voltage to 1.45 volts, we got to 4400 MHz without any manual effort. Here the results were better as expected with 58GB per second read, 61.5GB per second write, 53GB per second copy speeds and less latency of 47.7 nanoseconds. Tweaking the timing was a bit less satisfying as we only managed to get it down to CL18 20-20-38 at 3800 MHz, which resulted in a latency of 47.3 nanoseconds, although speeds were understandably lower than the XMP profile at 54GB per second read and write and 50GB per second copy speeds. At 4000 MHz, tightening the timings to CL18 21-21-38 brought the speeds up to 56GB per second read, 57GB per second write and 51GB per second copy with a latency of just 47.1 nanoseconds. So yeah, it is easier to push for higher clocks than it is to push for tighter timings on the KLEVV CRAS XR RGB. With these results, the KLEVV CRAS XR RGB might not be the perfect pairing for AMD Ryzen 3000 series based systems, which prefer tighter timings at relatively low memory speeds, but this will be great for Intel and possibly the upcoming AMD Ryzen 5000 series. The price these kits are available at is also very respectable, with the 16GB kit of the KLEVV CRAS XR RGB 3600 MHz CL18 being available for just RM399. That's an RM80 increase over the KLEVV BOLT XR rated for the same speeds, but you don't get RGB with the BOLT XR. Is RGB worth an additional RM80 to you? And also, don't forget that the KLEVV CRAS XR RGB supports almost every RGB software out there, from Asus Aura Sync all the way to Razer Chroma RGB. So yeah, it's good RGB here. Well, do let us know if you think the extra RM80 is worth it for the RGB here. And that's it for our review of the KLEVV CRAS XR RGB. If you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more content like this, follow us on Instagram and like our Facebook page. I'm Vincent Chan from Porter.net and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!